Well, viewers, we're going to start off with the issue pertaining to Cauvery here in Karnataka and, of course, connecting to Tamil Nadu as well. But more importantly, there's a little bit of a twist that has come to the tale. We've seen the protests. We've seen the release of water drawing the ire of farmers. We've seen all the drama that's unfolded. Now, the enduring Cauvery water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu remains, of course, a flashpoint of contention. Mirror now caught up with Karnataka's Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. DK Shivakumar, amidst the backdrop of protests by the BJP, JDS, even agitating farmers in Karnataka. DK Shivakumar staunchly affirmed that the government is steadfastly safeguarding the interests of the farmers. Dismissing the BJP and the JDS's involvement in all the protests, he says it's just politicking. He also spoke on the protest by pro-Kannada organizations outside the office of the Bengaluru South MP Tejasvi Surya. DK has questioned why these groups hadn't really vocally advocated for the Mekedatu project approval from the centre. Now remember here that DKS, of course, had previously advocated for the Mekedatu project as the ultimate solution to this long-standing water dispute. Now the project aims to create a vital balancing reservoir on the Cauvery River near Kanakpura. It's intended to really serve as a crucial water source for Bengaluru in particular, support even agricultural activities within the Cauvery basin. Now, former Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai contended that the state government had let down its people in this protracted issue. Meanwhile, remember, Tamil Nadu government had approached the top court. They've sought an order for Karnataka to release 24,000 cusecs of water daily from its reservoirs. Now, in a response, of course, Karnataka filed an affidavit opposing Tamil Nadu's application and the demand challenging the assumption that this year constitutes a typical rainfall year. They've gone on to, of course, say that this is a distress year. Meanwhile, of course, the order at this point in time remains that 5,000 cusecs of water needs to be released. Let's listen to what Mr. DK Shivakumar had to say first.
We are protecting Karnataka farmers' interests. We know how to protect Karnataka farmers. If BJP, JDS, they are doing politics. They demanded 25,000 cusecs of water. We agreed for 3,000. Now, court has given 5,000 cusecs. The matter is in the court. Again, we are appealing before the authorities. That has to be reduced because there is no rain.
Organizations are also protesting, and right now in Bangalore, like the Kannada organization has gone to Tejasvi Surya's office to give a letter. Tejasvi Surya's office to go give a letter on the Cauvery water issue. Pro-Kannada organizations.
When we did walk for water, where were these organizations? When we did a walk for water, where this organization? Why are these organizations is not pressurizing the national government? Why they are not? Because why are these organizations not pressurizing national government to give a permission for Mekedatu? What are these kind of outfits doing? They could have got us a permission, no? Environment clearance, DPR clearance. Who are doing all this protest? First they should go and get us a permission for Mekedatu.
See, Karnataka government is totally failed the farmers of Karnataka right from beginning of the season. They doesn't know the importance of interstate water dispute and more sensitive to Cauvery. The vagaries in monsoon will create a distress. But these people are not even looked at it. After orders coming, they said we have to implement it. So they have failed the farmers and drinking water concerns of Karnataka. In fact, they are playing in the hands of Tamil Nadu.
Well, let's open this up. Darshan Puttannaiah, MLA from Melukote Constituency with us. Vijay Prasad, the BJP Spokesperson, also with us. George Kurian, political analyst. Dr. P. Pullarao, political analyst as well, joining us today. I'll open this up with Mr. Puttannaiah. Thank you, sir, for joining us on the broadcast. Now, you, of course, been there outside the KRS. We've spoken to you multiple times while the protests, of course, have been going on. But the latest statement by Mr. DK Shivakumar, how do you really view it? Do you view it as him brazening it out with the multiple protests that have been coming to the fore, shifting the blame at this point in time on the protesters, saying why questions are not being raised to the centre about Mekedatu? Or do you feel that he's making some valid points here?
I think I do agree that there have been efforts, but I don't think it's enough. So there has to be a lot more effort that needs to be put in place, and a strong stance need to be taken in order for us to really protect the farmers, right? So I think we actually today are looking to file an appeal in the Supreme Court ourselves, so that we can actually make a stronger case against the ruling of both the Supreme Court as well as the CWMA.
But overall, when, the Deputy Chief Minister says, well, Mekedatu was a solution to all of these problems. The farmers at that point in time didn't stand by the government. Even now, the demand is only coming towards the Congress government here because their hands are tied. The CWMA somewhere comes under the center once again. The order has come in to release 5,000 cusecs of water. So why are the farmer groups, why are the pro-Kannada organizations not mounting pressure for Mekedatu is the question that the Deputy Chief Minister is asking.
No, I think we are actually, in our kind of appeal, we are requesting that to be considered, right? Because we do know that that's one of the solutions for the ongoing problem. I think we don't want to be at the same state next year, because we, just based on the history, if we look at it, this is bound to happen next year as well. So we do agree that the Mekedatu project is something that is required. Plus also, in our region, in the Mandya region, we definitely need to look inwards and try to figure out what are the different agricultural practices that we'll have to embrace in order for us to adopt our farming methods with the changing patterns of the climate.
Okay, Mr. Puttannaiah, you being an MLA from the region where, of course, the Cauvery water is of great essence. If you could tell us, how does Mekedatu really solve this entire issue? Explain it so that our viewers get an idea of what exactly is the fight and argument over.
I think it's currently. So maybe I'll add a little bit of information for the viewers right now, and then answer your question. I think what we are really asking for is let's actually stop releasing the water. Let the CWMA come in and take a look at the ground reality, where we are asking for drinking water, whereas Tamil Nadu is asking for for growing another crop. And also the added advantage for Tamil Nadu is there is a reverse monsoon that's going to start here in October, middle of October. So I think with Mekedatu project, what we could do is we could actually store that water during our monsoons, and then we would be able to release that water just based on when there is need. Really, all we're trying to do is just storing water that Tamil Nadu might need later on after our monsoons, especially now during this kind of season after August. And so we could actually be adhering to the Supreme Court's order or the CWMA's order, so we could actually release the water for them, rather than now since we don't have the capacity, or we don't have the water in KRS, we won't be able to release as much water at all. So right now, as it stands today, and if we run our course through the order, we would be at half the capacity of what we have, and we would be left only with about 7.5 to 8 TMC water, which is not going to be enough for the rest of another 10 months. We probably expect another 10 to 12, or I would say 12 to 15 TMC of water from any other rainfall that's going to come up in the next couple of months, which is not at all enough for us to support Bangalore, Mysore, Mandya, and then that whole Cauvery belt just for drinking. Forget about, I'm not even talking about irrigation, just purely drinking.
Okay, you're saying there's, of course, going to be a severe crisis if the situation, of course, continues and the water is continuing to be released. I request you to stay with us. Let's also bring in a few more panelists here to get a little more perspective as to how things are unfolding over the last few days. Mr. Prasad, what do you make of Mr. DK Shivakumar's statement at this point? Because, predominantly, it's also an indirect jibe at the BJP here. Because he has hit out that Mekedatu was a project that was needed. The BJP has never pushed for it. Being at the center and the state, the BJP sat over this particular project. We even saw the walk for Mekedatu before the assembly elections here in Karnataka. Once again, it's being raked up at a time where protests are unfolding, day after day, especially around the Cauvery basin.
Thanks, Deepak. See, before I go into that, this one, your question, see, I would like to put forth a couple of points here. See, the Karnataka government is giving death blow to the farmers of Karnataka every passing day. This is the first point I'm going to make. On one hand, they say they are safeguarding the interests of the farmers of Karnataka, and on the other hand, they say they are releasing the water to Tamil Nadu and safeguarding the interests of farmers in Tamil Nadu. This is the second point I want to make. And there is a clear-cut tacit understanding with the DMK and Congress government is resorting to I scratch your back and you scratch mine. They are coming on various channels, including yours, making tall claims. But the fact of the matter is, recently, the Cauvery Water Management Authority, while submitting an affidavit to the Supreme Court, has clearly stated that the government of Tamil Nadu, the irrigation department, has unscientifically have used waters and double the water required for Kurian crops has been used. There is a clear-cut affidavit sent by Cauvery Water Management Authority. That is the third point I'm going to make. The fourth point I'm going to make is the Cauvery Water Management Authority went to Tamil Nadu and personally inspected the place and reported to the Supreme Court. Unfortunately, our irrigation minister, without getting any data, without getting any information, got busy with the guarantee scheme and went to Delhi empty-handed. See, this is the interest, and this is the kind of safeguarding the interest of the farmers of Karnataka.
No, but let's come to the point here, Mr. Prasad. What about the Mekedatu project? Now, I will, of course, ask, at this point, Mr. Kurian will answer as far as whether this is diversionary tactics from the Congress, moving away from the real issue at hand of releasing water when there is a dire need. Mr. Puttannaiah was just making that point where farmers are in need and it's only going to get worse the next year if the rainfall continues in the same pattern it has. So what about the Mekedatu project? Do you feel that the BJP could have done more?
Well, very good evening to you, Deepak, to my fellow co-panelists on the show and to your audience. Let me make it very clear that the Karnataka-led government under the leadership of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is capable to handle this situation with ease. And it's also important to note that the apex court, while taking the cognizance of the petition from Tamil Nadu government, had clearly said that they are no expert in this case and the matter should be, the report has to come from the Cauvery Water Regulatory Authority, which has submitted the report, and now the court has taken cognizance of the same and ordered for a release of 5,000 cusecs of water, to which the Karnataka state government has objected to, and they have gone back to the court saying that because there is a distress and shortfall of rainfall in the state of Karnataka,
that comes up
they won't be
time and again. The BJP has been asking that you have been laid back. When Tamil Nadu has been moving the top court, when they have been playing all their cards right, the Karnataka government was caught napping is the charge from the BJP. Now, on the other hand, you have the farmers who are saying, well, we don't have the water to release. You have Mr. Puttannaiah and several other farmers who are sitting there, throughout the night on a dharna and saying, don't release the water, but it's continuing to happen. You may have many options to give at this point, but now all of a sudden raking him the Mekedatu project, saying that why don't people protest for that? Is that you just shifting the blame, washing your hands off the issue at hand?
Well, not really. Deepak, let me make it very clear that, it's not about washing the hands here and not taking the cognizance of the entire issue. The Congress party is serious about the entire issue and the interest of the farmers and the people of Karnataka with this regard. There is no hand in gloves with the Tamil Nadu government or led by Mr. Stalin here. We all understand that. I just heard Mr. Prasad also saying that about a few facts and data. Let me also can send the data after this show to the panelist here. There is a district-wise rainfall summary from the Government of India, and it clearly shows there is a lot of deficiency, and it's a negative mark across coastal Karnataka, Dakshin, Udupi, Uttar, and central Karnataka. So it goes without saying the state government needs to keep the interest of the farmers and the people of Karnataka before releasing the water. We are seeing that JDS and BJP are hand in gloves, and they are on their BS. Many organizations have also come into the play, or into the foreplay here, and so they are just politicizing the entire issue for no reason.
Okay, Mr. Pullarao, you've been listening to all of the statements that have come in up until now. How does the DMK really view this? Because once again, Mekedatu is an issue that's come up. We've seen, as far as Tamil Nadu government, they've been opposed to this. But Mr. DK Shivakumar has time and again said Mekedatu isn't going to harm Tamil Nadu. Overall, it could resolve this entire issue.
See, the Cauvery and Tamil Nadu doesn't belong to any political party. Tamil Nadu has had riparian rights for hundreds of years on the Cauvery. The issue of riparian rights is sacrosanct in all law, from time immemorial. Other laws came after that, vaguely. And the situation is very funny. This seems to be an annual feature. I'm very sad to say that our friends from Karnataka are there. And just a few days ago, there was a report that the 4 or 5 reservoirs on the Cauvery are 80% full. Then suddenly there was no rain. But you have to release proportionately at least the water which you have agreed or the Supreme Court has directed. It should just be a technical reason to release the waters and not go into all these other reasons. Otherwise, the agreement orchestrated by the Supreme Court is failing. What other authority you can go to except the Supreme Court? Every time they go to the Supreme Court, every time this is an annual feature. And I very sadly say this with due respect to our friends there, that Karnataka is fortunate to have the Krishna and Cauvery. The headwaters are right there. But the major irrigation needs are downstream. And they have to honor what the Supreme Court has said. Whether the DMK government is strong enough to fight for it or not, or the ADMK government was not there, or the BJP government didn't do that. And Mekedatu requires various permissions under environmental laws. It cannot be taken as, okay, we build this, the problem is solved. There are so many things which, Mr. Shivakumar is a senior man, he knows all of that. He knows what is stopping Mekedatu. Just building a river where there's no water. The same rivers will have no water. Where will the water come from? He says it's a balancing reservoir. It doesn't hold good. It is only fair that they release the water which they have been asked to release earlier. Now it's a temporary measure. They're releasing 5,000 cosecks or something.
Okay, you were talking about the dam capacities. You were saying that there's about 80% of water is what you've been understanding. Let's bring in Mr. Puttannaiah because he's aware of some of the situation that is prevalent at this point in time at the dams. Mr. Puttannaiah, here we have claims that 80% water is still in our reservoir, so there is no real big issue.
No, I think that's one of the things that we were asking for the CWMA is to come here and take a look at the ground realities of what's happening. We're actually not even talking about irrigation water. We are just purely talking about making sure we have enough water for drinking. About 2 crore people depend on this, and 80% of Bangalore, right? So I just want to make it very clear that we are not even asking for our crops. We just primarily, at the point where we are right now, just primarily focused on drinking water. And we do have scarcity for that. And I mean, if you look at, just go to Bangalore and say, how many days ago were they given? People in Bangalore are getting water every 3 or 4 days. So that's the reality of it. And in the villages, it's even worse, in the Cauvery belt. So I think I'm not sure how that.
But Mr. Puttannaiah, what is stopping the Congress government here, their legal representatives in court, to go ahead and tell the court or tell the CWMA, well, please come down monitor
Yeah,
the
that's
situation,
the-
assess for yourself, because that's where the BJP has been targeting the Congress, that they haven't been doing enough to, seek legal remedies to ensure that they put up a strong fight there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we've actually asked for. Hoping that they would present our case on Wednesday. We were hoping that would happen on Friday, which got postponed till Wednesday, the 6th. So we're hoping that they'll have a stronger case to make for us to scale back the amount of water that we're actually releasing today.
Mr. Puttannaiah, I want to quickly ask you here. You've been a part of all of these agitations. I'll come back to the others. Just hold on. You've been a part of many of these agitations over Cauvery water. Now, Mr. DK Shivakumar hinted today that, there's a lot of politics over this particular issue. The actual reason to protest should have been probably Mekedatu. Nobody protested for that. Now, what purpose are these protests really serving, considering the fact that, the Karnataka state is bound by the CWMA order?
What we are trying to do is amount more pressure on the government to do more. And they have to consider, all we are trying to do is just, is there other ways that we should try to figure out, and the government needs to stop releasing the water right now, and then get the CWMA to come in and look at it, and also we're also in agreement that we'll have to move forward with the Mekedatu project. Not that it's going to be done in a year or so. The longer term solution, we'll have to figure this out, right? Like the other panelists here mentioned, we don't want to do this year over year. We want a permanent solution in place because we can all live peacefully here. So, and I just also want to echo that I don't think we should politicize that. Right now where we are, we need water. Let's actually all get together, join hands, and just figure out a way to stop the water, make sure there is enough drinking water for all of us in the Cauvery belt.
Okay, quickly, Mr. Kurian, you wanted to make a point?
Yeah. See, Deepak. See, I would like to ask the other two panelists, not Darshan Puttannaiah, George Kurian and Mr. Pullarao, to visit the dam sites, the reservoirs, and take the stock of the situation. And I think both are talking without the data on their hand. And Mr. Pullarao is blatantly lying about the water levels in our reservoir. That is the one thing I would like to make. And there has been a recent a message coming out from the Congress camp saying that anyway we are giving Grihalakshmi of 2,000 rupees. Let them use that amount for buying the tankers and water the fields. Is this the kind of audacity the Congress is showing to the farmers of Karnataka? And the farmers of Karnataka have already hit the streets and they're protesting that the water is not sufficient even for drinking, let alone for the crops. And even our horticulture minister says you please don't sow the crops which takes a lot of water. Don't sow the crops. What is the kind of
I have very little time left. I'm going to bring in Mr. Kurian. Mr. Kurian, respond to that very quickly, please.
Well, Deepak, it is not that the Karnataka government is not
Mr. Kurian, and then we'll have Mr. Pullarao as well.
Yeah, Deepak, let me quickly make it my views here. It's not that the Karnataka Congress government is not taking stock of the situation. It is as serious as about this Cauvery issue. We all know that the Karnataka CM had briefed about the government's intention to form an all-party delegation to take this issue to the Prime Minister's office, and so that one can come to some consensus here. We also understand that it would be a contempt of court if the Karnataka government would not adhere to the court order here. But still, in the interest of the farmers of Karnataka and the people of Karnataka, the Congress government has gone ahead and taking its plea to the court about making some consensus on
that's
the release
precisely
of
the issue,
water.
Mr. Kurian. The Congress government first says let's have an all-party meeting. The all-party meeting then decides that we'll go to the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister can't here look at one state different from the other. And there is already a management board here which is looking into the water sharing issue. The matters in the Supreme Court as well.
Deepak, as we all understand that this Cauvery issue is not issue that has just risen up. It is a decade or century-old issue that's
Go ahead,
there
Mr.
in place. It is just a matter that there's a shortfall of rainfall in Karnataka. The reason why this issue has come up.
Okay, I'll also